Last week I talked a little bit about some ideas on how to communicate with the narcissist. Today I want to talk to you about what does it mean to forbear, because you are going to have to spend a lot of time forbearing if you're going to make a successful relationship with the narcissist. Forbearing means here's you, and you're going to go towards a person, and you want to go towards them in love, and you're going to run into them, and they're a problem. When you run into them, you're going to run into their sin, you're going to run into their personality disorder, and you're going to run into all that kind of crazy thinking that comes out of them and talk. Crazy talk, I call it. So when you run into them, you're going to want to go forward in love. And you run into them, you want to keep going in love. So when you keep going in love, then you actually can care for the other person. And you start to treat people like people instead of objects to meet your own need. Here's the problem. We're not God. This is what God does for us. God does this for you. God comes towards you, and believe it or not, he runs into you. And I'm just going to tell you, you're a problem. Because we all are. But God's going to come forward. He's going to go over your problem, and he's going to keep moving towards you so that he can love and care for you, and you get what you need. So here you're going to come in, you're going to run into the problem, and you have to make a choice. God doesn't really have to make a choice because, well, he's God and this is what he does. But you're going to have to make a choice when you get here. And the choice is, do I forbear and go forward towards a person, or do I flip back onto myself? And do I go into my bitterness, my anger, and my own unforgiveness? And then do I go into my own patterns of behavior that aren't healthy or helpful for the situation? So this is hard because I could hear some of you saying, well, you just said we're not God, so we can't do this. But you can. And what it means is you have to have Jesus here helping you. And with Jesus' help, you can actually forbear in these situations. So here's what I'm going to suggest. You come forward, you run into the person, they're a problem. You want to go this way out of a natural instinct for self-preservation, but you want to go this way out of your spiritual self that wants to really do things God's way. So stop, take a breath, and just say, Jesus, I really have no clue what to do next. I don't want to flip on myself. I do want to care for that person the way that you would have me care for them. Jesus, what do I do right now? And just wait. And ask the Lord, when you ask the Lord what to do, wait for an answer. When the Lord tells you what to do, then you do it. And that may be something like, say one of those things I talked about last week. It might be just go give them a hug. And it might be give them some time alone because they're not in a place to respond right now. Whatever comes to you next. Because we're told in Matthew that when we ask God for the Holy Spirit to guide us, that's exactly what he's going to give us. So let the Holy Spirit guide you and find your own center of peace, and don't let the craziness of the narcissist take you off of your forbearance. I'm Dr. Pauline Dillard, and this has been a Dunamas moment.